So the police are still trying to piece together the timeline of events to get a full understanding of it. But we understand that from 6 o'clock last night, the shooting began on Biddick Drive, which is a quiet residential cul-de-sac in Keam area. The police have cordoned off quite a large area here, because we understand that it's not just in this particular street where activities took place. There's lots of people in our community here who are looking for an explanation, looking for anything to try and explain how such horrific events can happen on our streets. Keam is normally a safe part of our city. It's a strong-knit community where you know your neighbours and you look out for one another, and to hear the news that there is a shooting taking place in our community is awful, but to then hear from local residents and the police that has resulted in deaths, and we understand that 5 people have been killed and the shooter is now dead as well, is just utterly devastating today. But this is an awful tragedy, probably the darkest day in Plymouth's history since the end of the Second World War in terms of the number of casualties all at the same time. It really is horrendous here. In the immediate aftermath, I spoke with an awful lot of local residents in the area who are very concerned about what was happening to try and get a sense of it. The police are still trying to piece together all the details about what's happened and what happened to the shooter beforehand. But we understand that the number of people died is 5 that were shot. We're trying to understand exactly what happened to the shooter at the end of this incident. But I'm expecting, I'm afraid, particularly grim news about one of the victims. And I think for a lot of people, the idea of a shooting is horrendous enough, but potentially the shooting involving children is something that is that's really bad. I think the overwhelming emotion here is shock and then devastation as to the news. For lots of local residents that were immediately in the area, opening the door to see something horrendous happening literally in front of them in their community is especially painful, and it will take a lot for that community to be able to process and understand and heal together. I'm really glad that our local primary school at Ford Primary School and the local churches in the area have agreed to open. They'll be opening from 9 a.m. today to provide a space for the community to come together.